A few years ago, Nick and Susan Howard and their family moved into their new house here at Blythburgh in Suffolk. They were pottering around in one of their garden sheds, looking at one of the innumerable old cupboards, and they discovered that. A bit alarming, certainly. A bit scary, I think so, but not really surprising.
What if I told you that beneath Rome's glorious facade lay secrets so dark that archaeologists still get chills when they uncover them? Today, we're diving into the most disturbing artifacts ever pulled from Roman soil. Objects that reveal a side of the empire they never wanted you to see.
In amongst these trees are some rather unusual, pretty impressive garden features. Look at this. Isn't it fantastic? Looks a bit like a little church, doesn't it?
The Decapitation Field. Near an old Roman road in Suffolk, England, archaeologists uncovered what locals now call the Decapitation Field. And once you hear this story, you'll understand why. The site contained dozens of decapitated bodies, but these weren't random killings. Every skull had been carefully placed, some between the knees, others beside the hands, all arranged with disturbing precision. The cuts were clean, professional, suggesting trained executioners rather than battlefield chaos. Most of the victims were healthy adult males in their prime. Carbon dating revealed they died during the height of Roman occupation. But here's what's truly spine-chilling. The positioning of the skulls appears ritualistic, almost ceremonial. Some experts believe this was Roman justice in action, public executions designed to send a message. Others think it might have been sacrifice, bodies offered to ensure military victory or divine favor. The careful arrangement suggests these deaths served a purpose beyond simple execution. What message were the Romans trying to send by displaying severed heads this way? And why preserve the scene so meticulously? The Decapitation Field represents Roman power at its most brutal. Death transformed into performance art. The curse tables of aquatic Sulis. At the sacred hot springs of Aquae Sulis, modern-day Bath, England, archaeologists discovered over 100 lead tablets thrown into the temple waters. These weren't prayers or offerings. They were curses, handwritten spells of destruction that reveal the dark side of Roman spirituality. One tablet reads, "To the god Sulis, I give the person who has stolen my cloak. May he be unable to sleep or eat until it is returned." But others weren't so tame. Some demanded enemies be blinded, driven insane, or killed slowly. Here's what makes these curses truly unsettling. Many were written backward or in mere Latin, a dark magic technique believed to confuse spirits into obeying without question. The mass Graze beneath the Basilica. In 2017, beneath the sacred Basilica of St. John in Ephesus, Turkey, archaeologists made a discovery that still gives them nightmares. Hidden beneath holy ground was a pit containing at least 30 bodies. Men, women, and children piled on top of each other like discarded refuse. But this wasn't a plague burial or battlefield grave. Many of the skeletons showed evidence of decapitation. Others had shattered bones consistent with violent beatings. Most disturbing of all, there were no burial markers, no ceremony, no dignity. Just bodies dumped and forgotten. The location is what makes this truly chilling. Why hide a mass execution beneath sacred ground? Some experts believe it was religious persecution, early Christians or cult members eliminated in secret. Others suggest a political purge, enemies of the state silenced permanently. The haphazard way these bodies were thrown together suggests whoever did this wanted it erased from history. They succeeded for nearly 2,000 years. But now, these forgotten victims finally have a voice, and their story is more terrifying than any horror movie. The slave collar that speaks. Among all the artifacts we'll discuss today, perhaps none is more personally devastating than a simple iron collar discovered in the ruins of ancient Rome. Etched into the metal are words that will haunt you. "I have run away. Hold me. When you return me to my master Zoninus, you will receive a gold coin." Imagine the psychological torture of being forced to wear your own bounty notice. This wasn't just physical bondage, it was mental warfare. The enslaved person couldn't hide, couldn't blend in, couldn't escape their status even for a moment. But here's what makes this artifact especially heartbreaking: the craftsmanship. Someone took time to carefully engrave these words, to make sure they were readable, permanent. This collar was built to last a lifetime, potentially the entire lifetime of the person forced to wear it. The weight of this collar wasn't just physical. Every stranger who saw it knew exactly what this person was worth. 1 gold coin. Not even valuable enough to be considered priceless, just merchandise. This single artifact represents the systematic dehumanization that built Rome's prosperity. The Bronze Hand of Vindolanda. At the Roman fort of Vindolanda near Hadrian's Wall, archaeologists thought they'd found ordinary scrap metal. But after careful cleaning, something extraordinary emerged. A perfect bronze replica of a human hand, life-sized and disturbingly realistic. This wasn't decorative art. The hand was buried deliberately beneath a shrine to Jupiter Dolicanus, a god of war and thunder worshipped by Roman soldiers. But here's where it gets truly unsettling. The hand was positioned palm up, fingers slightly curved, as if reaching for something or someone. Scholars believe this bronze hand played a role in blood rituals or dark protective ceremonies. Some theorize it was used to catch the souls of enemies or to channel supernatural power during military campaigns. The deliberate burial suggests it held immense ritualistic importance, possibly too dangerous to keep above ground. What's most disturbing? The craftsmanship. Someone took great care to create this hand, studying human anatomy, perfecting every detail. This wasn't mass-produced. It was custom-made for purposes we may never fully understand. The Poison Ring of Pompeii. Picture this. Mount Vesuvius has just unleashed hell on Pompeii. Ash rains down, people are fleeing, and in the chaos, someone dies clutching what appears to be an ordinary gold ring. Fast forward 2,000 years, and archaeologists make a bone-chilling discovery. This wasn't just any ring. Hidden within its elegant gold band was a tiny secret compartment, perfectly designed to hold one thing: poison. These venom rings were the ultimate assassination tool, allowing their wearers to eliminate enemies with nothing more than a handshake or a toast. But here's what haunts experts. Was this ring ever used? Did its owner die before completing some sinister plan? Or were they the victim of their own deadly jewelry? The volcano preserved not just a city, but potentially evidence of a murder that was never meant to be discovered. In Rome, betrayal wasn't just political, it was literally worn on your finger. These weren't desperate people making empty threats. They genuinely believed the gods would carry out their revenge. The tablets reveal a Rome where divine justice was just another weapon, where neighbors turned to supernatural assassination when the law failed them. People would stand at these sacred waters, scratching their hatred into lead, then casting their curses into the depths, confident that divine retribution would follow. These artifacts shatter our romanticized view of ancient Rome. Behind the marble columns and glorious conquests was an empire built on fear, control, and systematic cruelty. Every excavation reveals new horrors, new evidence of lives destroyed by Roman ambition. The deeper archaeologists dig, the darker Rome becomes. Which of these discoveries disturbed you most? Let me know in the comments below. If you found these dark secrets as fascinating as I did, smash that like button and subscribe for more hidden histories that textbooks won't tell you. Trust me, the ancient world has plenty more secrets waiting to be uncovered. Until next time, remember, history isn't always as civilized as we like to believe.